right, good day, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming through today. Wednesday, one more day before the public holiday. We're almost there. We're almost there. Don't look so sad. We've almost made it. Thank you for coming through. Thanks for all of you who've tuned in live today as well. We're going to spend the next 40 minutes or so talking about DuePoint. That's why you're here this morning. DuePoint, to start with, is a division of Constantia Insurance Company Limited. We are a 7-decade-old insurance company, first started in 1952. And so you're not dealing with a startup company here today. You might not have heard of us, but you will know why by the end of this presentation. But we are a well-established financial services company in South Africa, listed on the JSE under Conduit Capital and licensed life and short-term with the FSCA. Take some time, get to know us, do some research about us. You can also go and take a look next to the front door. All of our licenses and associations are there as well. We are, of course, an authorized and registered financial services provider as well. There's our FSP number. Importantly as well is that the people here are all real people that live in South Africa, and you can find us in these offices Monday through Saturday every week of the year. We say this only because these days I see more and more of these kind of fake companies, these things that don't have people who are actually in charge of them. They're made up on Facebook and bits and pieces like that. Well, we're very real, I promise, and you will get to know us well through the process of DuePoint with us here. I'm Brendan Benfield in the corner here. I'm going to be spending the next sort of 40 minutes with you, running through the DuePoint system with you. So what is it that we do here at DuePoint? Well, our primary objective at DuePoint is to put into the hands of South Africans a tool that they can use and that they can control to create regular, recurring, and lifetime income for themselves. This is something that's very different to everything that's available to us in South Africa today. If you're employed, you know you've got no control over your income. Someone is telling you what you're going to earn, when you're going to earn it, and how much your increases are going to be, etc., etc. And elsewhere, you are responsible perhaps for a sale here or a sale there. It's not regular, it's not recurring income that you create for yourselves. We are wanting to put you back in control. And we also want to put you in a position where you can start combating the other thing that you're not in control of, which is the increases of prices throughout our economy. Every single week, things are becoming more expensive in South Africa. It is a frightening reality for us. We've had VAT increases, petrol price increases, and we're constantly seeing foreign exchange control adjusting the prices of things. This puts us in a position where we're actually poorer every year that passes in South Africa. Your increases, you know, are not keeping up with inflation. You might get 5%, 6%. Maybe if you're very lucky, you get 10%. But inflation for individuals in South Africa is closer to 17%, which means that every year you actually earn less than you did the year before. With our tool, we hope that we can put you in a position to start combating that, to start unplugging you from what you've had to use so far to survive that reality, which is debt. You've used debt in every possible way to bridge the gap between what you earn and what you need in order to survive in South Africa. And of course, debt, as you know, is a poison that just slowly eats away at you. It's not something that ever comes right. We go from one debt to another, to another, to another. And eventually, we actually leave it to our children. It becomes a generational thing in our economy. We want to unplug you. We want to be able to bridge that gap with something that's not debt, but rather income that's in your control. That's our primary objective here. Our secondary objective is we're opening the window into of the South African financial services space for the average South African to be able to look in. It is an incredibly regulated industry. Right now, entire conversation every single day in the insurance and banking industry is about new regulation, new regulation, new regulation. We drown in it in this industry, and it means that average South Africans do not get to participate in the financial services industry. It just simply excludes them. And what we've done with our system is we've opened the window. We've allowed South Africans now an opportunity to view in and participate again in the financial services space. With these two objectives in place, we have created what we call the DuePoint system. Now, the DuePoint system is where you come in. It allows you as an individual to contract with us as a wealth engineer. A wealth engineer has given one task. It's not selling, it's not advertising, it's not advising. You don't do any of these things. You're left with one task, and that task is simply the connection of individuals to us here at DuePoint. We want you to take the people that you know that are around you and those that you're going to meet over time and connect them to us. By doing that, you create market penetration for us, which allows us to facilitate more of our products into the South African economy. This creates revenue for us, and the revenue we create puts you in a position of creating extra recurring income with us. Now again, this is what critically distinguishes us from everything else in South Africa. We don't sell goodies here. You're not going to be selling creams and pots and pans and mouth sprays and all these sorts of things here, because those cannot create recurring income for you. They cannot create income that's there every month for you. They make money on the spot for you when you make the sale, but when you're next month around and you're too sick to work or too busy at your normal work to do the work, you can't make that sale, you can't create the income. With our system, we use financial services and lifestyle products, which all run on automatic debit order systems, which means that every month, no matter what you're doing or where you are, what your circumstances are, those debit orders run and your income comes in. Now this is quite a conflict for many people. Many people that I've spoken to have said, no, but Brendan, I want 450 Rand now, and that's why I want to sell the pot now so I can get the 450. And we say, no, what we create is an income that's there every month, and that has more value because it goes on and on and on than anything you could make in the moment. It's a big mindset shift for most South Africans, and it is what distinguishes us from every other system. We wrap this with the ability for you to be able to leverage others in the construction of your income. We know that you can only do so much in your day, and therefore you need others. We call them channels here, effectively teams of individuals that you use to create greater penetration into the market, to allow us as DuePoint to create greater product facilitation. And by doing that, your income rises beyond what you could have created by yourself. Now, this is not an employment opportunity. We are not giving you a contract to sign here that's going to make you an employee of ours. Instead, what we do is we simply put this tool in your hands, and you remain completely independent of us, completely. You will decide what you do with this tool, whether you use it or whether you don't, whether you use it a lot or a little. That's completely up to you. We don't have meetings here where we discuss how you're using the tool. That's not what we do. It's yours, and you make the decisions around it. Now, this is not a financial risk decision today in becoming a wealth engineer, and this is important to note. People struggle with this. We were discussing it quite extensively with one chap last night. Folks, it costs you nothing to be a wealth engineer at DuePoint. We don't charge you a startup fee. Because we don't sell products, you don't have to buy a starter kit. There's no application form fees. There's no monthly fees at DuePoint. To be a wealth engineer costs you nothing at DuePoint. By being a product owner at DuePoint, you're automatically a wealth engineer at no additional cost. So today is not a financial risk decision that you have to make. It's also not an exclusive decision. Because we don't require any specific experience or education, because we contract you out of selling, you're not doing any selling, you're not advising, you're not an intermediary, you're not a broker, you're not an agent of ours, you don't do any advertising. It means that everybody can do this. Everybody in South Africa can be a wealth engineer with us. And it means that everybody is now in a position to start building an asset of their own. Because we create recurring income, you're in a position now where you can actually price your channels. With money that comes in every month, we can use the same technique as we use for pricing businesses. Businesses have recurring income, revenue that comes in. We take that revenue and we price it as accountants, and we work out the value of the business. The same thing happens with your channels here, which means that you're in a position now where you can sell your channels. And ultimately, your channels will transfer directly to your children when you pass away, and the income you've created in your lifetime will be earned now by your children. They too can continue to grow the asset if they so choose, and maybe one day even hand it over to your children, your grandchildren. Now, folks, this is part of our vision for DuePoint. As a 7-decade-old insurance company, we take longer-term views. This is not a system for saving people right now. This is a system for saving people across the generations in South Africa. We call it generational legacy here. That is what we're trying to do. Our legacy at the moment is debt. Remember, that's what we're giving to our children all the time. We want to change that, and we want to instead give them an asset that generates income and allow them to carry that on generation after generation. We've done it as well in a way that is completely convenient to you. All the things that you are most concerned about, we've eradicated in our system. There's no selling, so you don't have to be a salesperson. It's not for a specific personality type. It's not. We've removed all of that. It is not a product-based system, which means you don't need to be buying products and carrying them around in your boot or your bakkie and keeping them in your fridge and them going off and all sorts of stuff like that. All of that's gone. And you don't do any presenting. There's no presentations that you have to do at DuePoint. There's only 2 of us that do the presentations, Rob and I, and we use our technology to be in your pocket 24 hours a day anywhere in the country. You click a button, we're there for you. No presenting. No presenting on your behalf. No more presentations that you have to give. And so we've created a system that we believe is not going to let your ego be trodden on, which is always the biggest thing. Pride is a huge thing for people. We don't want that being trodden on. So we've designed a system you can be proud of with us. And we leave you with just one task. Simply connect individuals to us. How do you connect the people to us? Very simply. 4 things you can do. 1, you can go to our information counter and buy a USB stick. It's 170 Rand. It's got our presentation on. If you struggle with data, this is your solution. You plug it into a smart TV or a computer, and there we are doing the presentation for you. The second way is you can bring people here to our auditorium. Monday through Saturday, we do presentations. Night times, lunch times, and mornings we do it. You go to the schedule, find the time that's appropriate and convenient for you, bring your people here, we'll do the presentation. Third way is through our YouTube channel. You go to YouTube, you search DuePoint, you're going to find our channel there. You will find every presentation we have ever done on that channel. You can pick your favorite ones, and wherever you are, anywhere in the nation, any time of the day, any day of the year, you simply push play, and there we are doing the DuePoint presentation, telling people about the opportunity. And so, you are now in a position where you never have to return to this head office again. And all of you are watching us live from around the country, no, you never ever have to visit this head office, because we have given you the tool to connect people anytime, anywhere through our YouTube channel. Guys, if you've not used YouTube before, it's time to start using YouTube. SABC is dying, DSTV is dying. Less and less people are using them because TV is now online. And that's what you've got with us here at DuePoint. And then the last way of connecting people to DuePoint is through our live broadcasts. Every one of our presentations is broadcast live across the country every single day of the week, which means that if you're stuck at work, or you're stuck at home, or at church, or in a coffee shop, wherever you are, as long as you've got a screen and an internet connection, you click play, and you are live in the room with us 6 days a week. We really don't know any other company in the country right now producing new live content every day of the week, except for Sundays. And you've got that here at DuePoint. Now, as you do this, some of the people that you connect to us are going to catch the vision of what we're trying to do here at DuePoint. Not everybody. Not everybody. I was teasing the guys last night. I was saying that there's a lot of people that always know better. They do. People have been burnt by opportunities and schemes and scams. They've been burnt by them in South Africa, and so they have stigma. And when it comes to this sort of thing, some of the people you're going to talk to are just going to reject you out of hand, mainly your parents and family. Because it's principle, they'll just reject you. You're going to go home tonight. You're going to say, Dad, you've got to hear this thing I heard about today. And you'll give them the 30-second version of what I told you today, completely incorrectly, and they're going to laugh at you and reject you. We understand that. But there are going to be those people who catch the vision of what we're trying to do here. When they do, they become wealth engineers, and we allocate them to you, and your channel is born. These folk are out, they're going to do the same thing. They're going to connect people to us. Some are going to catch the vision, become wealth engineers, and again, we allocate them to you. And this process continues over and over and over as your penetration into the South African market takes place. Then we as DuePoint, not you, and this is the difficulty most people have again. I get people that come afterwards and say, but Brendan, what are we selling? You are selling nothing. You do not need to worry. That's my job. We as DuePoint come along now that you have created this penetration, and we facilitate the purchase of our products throughout this channel, and your income is now born. Now, what's very important to note, ladies and gentlemen, is that this is not a pyramid scheme, it's not a Ponzi scheme, and it is unfortunately not a get-rich-quick scheme. We are a listed and licensed and heavily regulated insurance company. This is the real deal. It is genuine. In fact, we believe it's the only genuine lifetime wealth-creating opportunity in South Africa today. Now, that means that it comes at a price. Now, we've already told you it doesn't cost you any money. That's true. But it does still come at a price, and the price is your time. This is going to take time. You want to create lifetime wealth, you've got to put time in. Anyone who promises you that you can be rich in 90 days is just about ready to steal your money. That's all they're doing. You see them on Facebook all the time. We read about them in the newspapers all the time. 15,000 Rand for this equipment, 30,000 Rand into this currency, blah, blah, blah. Your money's gone. We all know it very well. Here at DuePoint, you will find we do exactly the opposite. We tell you that we will create wealth for you, generational wealth for you, but you're going to pay the price of time, perseverance, energy, and thought. When you put those things in, You start creating channels for us, and you allow us to start the first mechanic of our system, and that is the facilitation of our products. The first product we facilitate here at DuePoint is our Access Wealth Plan. It's 324 Rand a month, and for that you get 2 independent products. Please remember that, 2 products. The first one is your very own investment, tax-free investment account. No notice, no penalty fees, so any money that goes in there is immediately available to you, no waiting periods. We take 100 Rand, not 300 Rand, we take 100 Rand of your 324 and we put it into that investment account for you every month, which means you are now able to start creating a lifetime asset of your very own. Now, people want to put money in, take it out, put money in, take it out, put money. That does not create a lifetime asset for you. You're welcome to do what you like with our program and with our investment. As I said, the money's yours. But we want you to start using this, not only the income we generate for you and the wealth we create for you here, but also the asset we create for you in your investments. Keep your money in there, keep it growing. The second product you get in this one for the remaining 224 Rand is 120,000 Rands worth of personal accident cover. That means if you pass away from an accident, your family, your beneficiaries, get not only the value of your investment that you have created here, but 120,000 Rand as well. Our second product is our Wealth Guard product. It's 299 Rand a month. For that, you get 1.2 million Rands worth of personal accident cover. Again, no waiting periods, immediate cover, no maximum age limit, and no medical declarations or examinations. Everybody that you bring to DuePoint can be in your business for one price because of our products. And as a result, our products do not cover for natural causes and illness. Because if we did that, we'd have to exclude half the people you brought here. They'd have too many pre-existing conditions, they'd be too old, they'd be too risky, etc., etc. With our products, no matter their circumstances, no matter their age, no matter anything, they're able to come into your business and create wealth for you, our primary objective here at DuePoint. Our third product is our Wealth Points Buyers Club. It's 299 Rand a month. For that, you get access to all of our suppliers. We're a 7-decade-old insurance company. We go out to suppliers all the time, and we negotiate the best prices, discounts, packages, services, all sorts of things you couldn't get as an individual. We negotiate into our suppliers, retail stores, motor manufacturers, data suppliers, travel agencies, entertainment, you name it, we've got it in there. And for $299, you get access to the whole lot every single month. I laugh because some people say, no, but the $299, if I don't use this product, I can get the $299 back. No, you can't. It's like going to the gym. If you don't use the gym, they don't give you your money back. This is a product we expect you to use to the maximum every month. Pay your $299 and change your personal economy by shopping and buying through this product, through this product of ours, and you will be saving a lot more than the $299 you spend to have access to it. So guys, we love this product. We think it gives such immediate value to all of our wealth engineers. It's non-insurance, non-financial, and it's available to everybody in the DuePoint system. All right, now with this product, we're able to fund our business the way we're going to describe it to you in the next few minutes. But people often ask me the question, how does the mathematics, the mechanics of the mathematics work in this business? Well, it's very simple. In the traditional insurance and banking space, what do we do to get you to connect with us? We spend hundreds of millions in advertising. We run TV adverts, billboards, radio adverts, SMS campaigns, website campaigns, all sorts of things to get you to connect with us. Hundreds of millions a month. We take the cost of that, we build it into the price of your products. Your banking fees, your insurance, your funeral cover, your car insurance, all of those, 30 to 50% of every month's payment you make is going to buy adverts next month. I did this for many years. We know the process. Now here at DuePoint, we've done the exact opposite. We've built the price into the product, but we do no advertising. None at all. You are never ever going to see an advert for DuePoint. That's why you'd never heard of us before today. We instead use you. You go out and connect us to people. And that means that all the money we would have spent on SABC, DSTV, Prime Media, etc., is now available for us to spend on you and your channels. And this puts us in the position to start creating wealth for you. We do it in 2 ways. The first is through our returns program. Our returns program pays you £27.50 for every product payment that takes place in your channel, multiplied by a factor of where in your channel the payment was made. So for instance, you go out, you chat to a couple of your friends. Some of them become wealth engineers, pay for their product. You get £27.50 multiplied by 200%. You introduce them, 55 Rand. 55 Rand, not per person, per product. This puts you back in control again. Because if one of these individuals takes more than one product, say they take 2, you get 110 Rand. If they take 3, you get 165 Rand. You are now in a position of control over your income. These folk go out, they chat to a few more people. They take their products, make their product payments, and again, you get 27 Rand 50 multiplied by 200%, 55 Rand. You've been here for a few minutes, you put a handful of people in this particular example, and you are earning 1,000 Rand a month. This is extra income. You don't quit your job to do DuePoint. That'd be ridiculous. This is the add-on tool. You're now getting an extra 1,000 Rand a month, 12,000 Rand a year, and you've been here for 5 minutes. You apply a bit more time, energy, and effort in, and you continue to earn, but now at a diminishing basis down to the 8th point. But there is no limit to the amount of income that you can create at DuePoint. From the 8th point on, as long as you qualify to earn, you will earn on every payment on every point in your channel at 4% of 27 Rand 50. If you go to our YouTube channel, watch the 6-minute video on how to qualify to earn, you will understand how we have created generational legacy here. You can build a channel that's 25 points big. Hand it over to your children, they can build it to 75 points big. And they can earn on every one of those points with every product in their channel as long as they qualify to earn. We have created something that does not limit your potential here at DuePoint. So what's the rands and cents on the ground? What does it actually translate to? Well, folks, every one of you is going to build at a different rate and in a different way, which means every one of you is going to earn differently in our system. But we took 2 decades of information and we calculated what we think is a reasonable growth rate formula for a new wealth engineer at DuePoint. We call it the 3+2 growth rate formula. It says in your first month with us, you are responsible for putting 3 people on your first point. 3 people in an entire month. Our top guys will do 30 to 35 in a month. So we think 3 people is pretty reasonable. And then we say every month thereafter, +2, you've got to put 2 people in. Every month thereafter. That's where the persistence comes in. That's where you've got to have the thick skin. That's where you've got to keep your chin up and keep your eye on the target and the prize at the end. And if you can add 2 people every month and work with your team to do the same, and we put lapses and cancellation rates into the maths, etc., etc., we believe that quite conservatively and reasonably, you can expect to be on about 2,500 Rand a month after 6 months with us. See how different we are from what's being advertised on Facebook at the moment. You're going to earn 100,000 Rand after 90 days, 1,000,000 Rand after a year. Yeah, that's not going to happen. That is not true and not real. In the real world, we can get you to 2,500 Rand a month in your spare time with us over 6 months. 6 months. 30,000 Rand a year that you have now added to your household income. What does 30,000 Rand debt repayments do for you? Groceries, rental payment. That's what you've created in 6 months with us. If you do another 6 months with us, if you can get to a year with us, that will rise to 9,000 to 10,000 Rand a month. That's 120,000 Rand a year. You spend 1 year with us, this time next year, May next year, you're on a 10,000 Rand a month with us at DuePoint. Now, it really doesn't matter what job you have, how much you earn. 10,000 Rand changes everything. It changes everything. That's your school fees. That's your home being paid off. That's all your debts being covered every single month. You've done it in 1 year with us. If you can stick around and do 2 years, well, then that rises to 27,000 to 30,000 Rand a month. Can you do 2 years? That's the big question. Most people fade within 90 days because this is work. This is work. You are going to be connecting people to us, and it takes discipline. It takes mental strength to handle the emotions and the disappointments that people will give you. But for those who do push through to 2 years, it rises to 27,000 to 30,000 Rand a month. That's more than most people are going to earn in their entire careers. And you've done it in 2 years. It's 2020 now, and you're earning 360,000 Rand a year from DuePoint. If you could do 3 years, it rises to 45,000 Rand a month. If you can do 4 years, it's up to 60,000 Rand a month. And if you can do 5 years with us, you can reasonably and quite conservatively expect on that +2, +2, +2 basis to be on 80 to 100,000 Rand a month. That's R1,000,000 a year that you are now creating through the DuePoint system. And you're now in the top 0.5% of earners in the country. 5 years, for some people, that's too long. We get lots of people who tell us, Brendan, I'm sorry, they promised me 450 Rand a pot over there. I need that. Folks, no. We build you a lifetime of income here, so we need time. But this doesn't stop here. This is not the end of the journey. It's just the first 5 years. After this, you're earning on a monthly basis 80 to 100,000 Rand a month. No pots being sold. and you're earning 80 to 100,000 Rand a month. That is wealth. Not money on the spot, it's wealth that we create for people here. How long have you guys been in your careers for? How many years have you been working? 5, 10, 15, 20? How many years will you wait before you start demanding 20, 30, 40, 50,000 Rand a month from your owners? You know that it's not going to happen. From your bosses, you know it's not going to happen. Because in the real world, we're stuck on a treadmill. You know, we're on that treadmill. We're going to run that treadmill until we die, and then they're going to find somebody to replace you. That's what happens. And so when I say 5 years, you cannot say that's a long time. 5 years is a blink of the eye if you look at your careers. How many years you're going to spend there? 5 years changes everything with us at DuePoint. Now, does this work on the ground? That's a question we ask ourselves every month. We bring a handful of people up every month, just normal people using the tool, and we ask them how it's going. Every month they're different. Last night we had Tell All Tuesday. Many of you were here last night with us. Fantastic evening, a new set of people talking about how they're using this tool and how it's already changing their lives. All of them full-time employed, all of them busy, all of them without time, but all of them picking this tool up to change their futures. First up last night, we had Lingao up with us. He was a bit of a firecracker. I had not met him before last night, and he came on here and he was absolutely amazing. Talking about his story with us. He's been with us for 5 months. He is in that unique position of being young and struggling to find employment. You know what it's like in South Africa today. There's not a lot of employment out there. I believe that he does have a job, but it's been a stress and a strain to find that job. Certainly doesn't get to dictate how much he's going to earn from that job. Well, in 5 months with us, he's created an extra 4,600 Rand a month's worth of income. Now, remember I said to you it was going to take you 6 months to get to 2,500 Rand a month. Well, it doesn't have to. If you grow faster, you earn faster. This is his tool. It's your tool. And he picked it up and he's used it. He's on 4,600 bucks after 5 months with us. Absolutely incredible. He has been doing a masterful job in getting those that he has put into his channel to grow as well and to earn as well. Absolutely incredible that in 5 months, not only has he earned income, but he's put other people in a position where they are earning income through the DuePoint system already with us. Absolutely amazing. In the 5 months he's been with us, he's already earned 7,000 Rand. He's already earned 7 grand with us in 5 months, and he's up to 4.5 a month now. Very quickly, that 7 grand is going to become 70,000 Rand that he's going to have earned with us here at DuePoint. Then we've got Sidwell. Sidwell's been with us for 10 months now. 10 months, so nearly a year. Working systematically and steadily. He had a great testimony last night of talking about how he wanted to find just 10 people and work with those 10 people to create an income for himself and for them. So he's been taking it slowly and progressively. And over the course of 10 months, he's created an income of 4,800 Rand. But he's put 8 people in. And with those 8 people, he's created a channel of 144 people as he's worked with those 8 guys to grow. So he's not shooting the lights out. He's not putting like 1,000 people in a month in. He's growing solid foundations, income that will last him a lifetime with the DuePoint system that he's doing. 60,000 bucks a year is hardly bulking at 60,000 Rand a year that he's now earning out of DuePoint. Absolutely awesome. So far, he's earned 15,600 bucks with DuePoint. And then we had Donnie. Donnie we brought up because he's been with us for 2 years. He's walked the journey here at DuePoint. What does it look like? I said you should be on about 27,000 Rand after 2 years. Well, Donnie's not quite there, but he's pretty close. 24,000 Rand a month that he's done after 2 years. But he has had quite an experience with us. He's been away with us on 2 trips. He's got a whole lot of things that he's earned along the way. And if you go to YouTube and watch his story last night, he'll tell you about his journey. And his story is, well, for the last 2 years, I could have got nothing and been stuck, unemployed, destitute, scrambling to try and survive in this life. Or I could have had the 2 years I've had with DuePoint that have been quite remarkable. And that's what he was telling us last night. 24,000 Rand a month. He has built this off of an average of 3.7 people per month. That's all. 4 people a month, let's call it that. 4 people a month is what he has introduced to DuePoint personally for 2 years. That's it. And off of the back of 4 people every month, he's now earning nearly 25,000 Rand a month. How has life already changed for Donnie over these last 2 years? Guys, you can go to our YouTube channel. You will find testimonies of a whole load of individuals there. Some earning a couple hundred Rand a month, some a couple thousand, some tens of thousands, some 60, 70, 80, 100,000. They're all there, all using the tools at different rates and different ways to create a different kind of wealth for themselves. Their stories are there for you to listen to. Go and listen to them and see how you could change your life with DuePoint as well. Now, ladies and gentlemen, that is DuePoint from top to bottom. That is what we do here. We create wealth. Everything I tell you from this point forward now is just extra. It's just cherries on the cake. This is why we do DuePoint. The decision you make today is because of what you've seen so far. If you want to become a wealth engineer, it's very simple. You go to our website, you click the apply button. The website's DuePoint.net. Fill out the form. 5 minutes later, you're a wealth engineer, not a cent having passed from your hands. Not a cent. And you're a wealth engineer, and you can start building your channel from this moment forward. If you're serious about it, get the tools. Tools don't make us money, they make you money. Go and get them at our information counter or order them at info@DuePoint.net. The USB stick with the presentations. The backup battery for your phones that are all on 5 or 6% right now. Get the backup batteries. The business cards. It's a 5,000 Rand set that you get from us for 645 Rand, custom made for you. Get the tools that make your business work. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's the heart of our business, and it's free to subscribe. Plug into our business. Plug into it. You want to be in touch with us and in contact with us every day? Subscribe to that YouTube channel, and we will put content to you every single day as you build your channel with us. Download our free app. Put it on your phone, on your tablet. It plugs you into your channel in real time. In real time, you can see what's going on in your channel. Your tools are there for training. Your personal documentation is there. Your personal details are there. Everything you need is on that app. Make sure you download it. Guys, we have introduced our notification service on our app. Please make sure you're using the latest version of the app. Keep upgrading it, updating it. Someone asked me the other day, how do I update my app? Guys, just go back to the Play Store. Search DuePoint and you'll see it says update on it. Click the update button. Make sure you've got the latest version, and that will keep you in touch with us. We're not doing SMSs anymore from the 1st of May. So make sure you've got the notification and make sure you read them. You'll notice when you open your app, it opens into the notification. People are like, no, cross. I'm not reading. No, you have to read, guys. That's how we communicate to you. See what's there. Read it. The live links to the presentations are on all of our notifications. In the bottom right-hand corner, there's a button that allows you to share it on anything. Facebook, WhatsApp, SMS, email. You click the share button. You can share the notices out with the links to the live streams, etc., etc. So get on top of that technology. Guys, we are not presenting this weekend because we know everybody vanishes over this long weekend. I don't know where they go to, but they're not in Gauteng. And so, folks, we're not running live presentations this weekend from Friday through to Tuesday. Wednesday night next week will be our first, Wednesday lunchtime next week, I think, will be our first live presentation again. So make sure that you use our technology. You are never unplugged from DuePoint. I will be standing behind the YouTube camera all weekend waiting for you. So anytime, use this weekend. I've said it to the guys last night. We have a choice this weekend. We have the choice to be poorer on Tuesday than we were on Friday. Why? Because we will have spent it on food, drink, transport, you name it, we will have spent it. We will be poorer. Or we can use the weekend to become wealthier. You are going to be seeing people like crazy this weekend. I know you are. Use the opportunity and the technology we have. Get data charged up on your phones and get ready to play the DuePoint presentation wherever you are in the country over these 4 days and end it richer than you started it on. Now, we're going to try and encourage you a little bit, too, in this process. Every month, we run what are called Wealth Quests. Wealth Quests are designed to get you a good start at DuePoint, and they have got a set of criteria. Everybody who completes the criteria can choose from a reward, a tool that they can use to accelerate the growth of their channels. This month, it's our Young Gun Challenge. What you've got to do is you've got to find 2 people under the age of 30, get them into your channel, get them qualified. How do they get qualified? They must have 3 people each, and get everybody paid by the end of this month. If you can do that, you can pick from one of 3 tools. 5,000 Rand in cash, your very own large screen smart TV, or your very own Apple iPad, a real Apple iPad. You can choose from them. If you can find 2 people under the age of 30, get them in and get them qualified and paid by the end of this month. I really think that that's worth it. Hey? Sure. If you know how much an iPad costs these days, you will know how worth this challenge is. On the 1st of May, brand new Wealth Quest coming out. And it's much harder than this one. I can warn you now. Next month's a tough one. We want you to be out there moving it. So if you want an easy one, this is your month for the easy one. Okay. Then, rank 4s and above, we're going to be talking about ranks in a minute. Rank 4s and above, we've got our 90-day challenge running to the end of May. Get 5 rank 2s into your channel for 25,000 Rand in cash. All right, that's 30,000 Rand on the table so far. And then especially for you guys over this long weekend, because you guys want to fight me. Long weekends, you want to be lying around instead of making yourselves wealthier. Well, we have got the 10 out of 10 challenge going. Started on Sunday this week, so 3 days are gone. You've got 6 days left, 7 days left. If you can put 10 people into your channel in 10 days and get them paid by the 14th of May, we'll add another 5,000 Rand to your returns for the month. 10 people in 10 days for 5,000 Rand in cash, as long as they're all paid by the 14th of May. Goodness, that's 35,000 Rand on the table. It's Puza weekend, or it's 35,000 Rand in the bank account. I'm just putting it out there for you. All right, that's what we got on the table for you. Great. That leads us into our ranks discussion. We run a program called the XP Rewards Training Program. It is designed to take you from beginner to expert because we know you don't know how to do this business. We actually train you. Through a series of steps and programs, we get you to expert. We get you to understand and excel in this business. As you complete the steps, we give you what are called XP points. XP points are experience points. They are not worth anything. Just a measure of how mature and experienced you are in our system. As you gain experience and do the training, naturally, your channel is going to grow. Where you meet the 2 criteria of experience and channel size, we rank you up in the training program, and we start to reward you. We reward you in the beginning with a little bit of cash, but as you get a little bit more experience, your channels get a little bit bigger, well, the cash starts getting a little bit more serious. Then from about rank 5, we start to reward you with tools that we know you are going to accelerate the growth of your channel. At rank 5, we give you an imported Lightning memory stick from the United States of America. It comes with everything you need on it to connect individuals to DuePoint anytime, anywhere. At rank 7, we give you a 12,500 Rand set of imported business cards, custom made for you. Gold gilded, not gold printed, that's gold. Gold gilded, gold printed on imported paper. Now folks, these are the finest business cards in the country, hands down. You can see a set in the glass cabinet. You can find some of the guys around you that have got these cards already if they've made rank 7, and they will show you what we mean when we say these are the finest cards in the country. When you give these cards to people, they're going to want to connect with us. I had a good laugh last night. One of the ladies that's here with us, she had a difficult character with her, and he demanded to see the card because he didn't believe that they existed. So she whipped it out and gave him one. That shut him up. We don't make lies here. We make promises at DuePoint. And you will find that we have delivered on every one of our promises because we are not one of these things that flies in and flies out. We're a well-established insurance company, and we're here to make a change. And so when we say we're going to give you something, we're going to give it to you. At rank 9, as long as you maintain your channel size with us, every year that you do, we take you and your family away on a 5-star business class, all expenses paid holiday. We don't go in July when it's cold and cheap. We go in December when your kids are on holiday and it's hot and expensive. And we go away every year, whether you're with us or not, we go away. Now rank 9 is not easy to achieve. You're quite far away from it, but everybody is able to get there. This is not a competition. We run no competitions at DuePoint. Everything's earned here. If you get the criteria, you get to come along. And we run an accumulating system. So you don't start at 0 in January every year. So if you get to October and go, oh, I'm not going to make this trip and give up, that's silly, because whatever you build in this year is what you start on in January next year. And so we guarantee that everybody who perseveres will eventually go rank 9. And we guarantee that everybody who quits will never go rank 9. Now, rank 9 is 9 out of 28 ranks in our channels, in our training program. It's our baby holiday. This is the baby one. This is the cheap, nasty holiday that we go on. Because it's only rank 9. We have 4 holidays in our ranks. This is the first one. Most people sign up at DuePoint for the holiday, which is very sad because that's not what we do at DuePoint. What we do is we create wealth. By the time you rank 9, you probably could go to Mauritius once a year by yourself anyway because of the wealth that you've created for yourself. But we do this to change your lifestyle as well, to give you a different kind of life and some aspiration in this world that we live in today. Alrighty. Can you make it? Well, December's quite a long way from now, isn't it? We've got quite a few months left in this year. You can make it if you put your head to it. Record to rank 9 is 5 months. Okay, 5 months. But the average is about 18 to 19 months. So if you're here and you go, look, I don't have 8 hours a day to spend on this thing, well, then you know that in 18 months' time, you are likely to get to rank 9 if you work consistently. That's great. So you'll miss this one's trip, But you might make next one, and if you miss the next one, it's all right. You'll definitely be on the third one from now. And after that, you're on every single one, as long as you maintain your channel size. So people give up so easily in South Africa, don't they? We give up because we can't go on this one right now. If I don't go on this one, I'm not going. And that's such nonsense, because we go every year. So it doesn't matter if you miss this one, and it doesn't matter if you miss the next one. We're still going on the next one, and the next one, and the next one. This is what you have built for yourself. And if you do come away with this, it looks a little bit like this. So that's our cheap and nasty first level holiday that we take you on. Rank 9 of 28, and the 28 is not the limit, that's just where we're up to at the moment. So folks, the decision is up to you. Not only to create wealth, but to change your lifestyles. Is it going to be easy? No. Is it going to take time? Yes. Not 5 minutes, not 5 months. No quitting after 5 months. This is a 5-year journey. We've got to learn to look past our survival mode, which is what we've been in for a long time, which is I've just got to survive now. We've got to look 5 years ahead. How do we change our futures? That's what we do at DuePoint. At rank 11, we give you another very useful tool. It's your own car. It's not branded. It is not financed through us. You don't rent it from us, and we don't give it to you and then take it away when you're not performing. It's your car, and you will use it, we hope, to build your freedom and your change in life with us here at DuePoint. So ladies and gentlemen, I think you can see how serious we are here. We've put tens of millions into this business. We've brought the best people in the industry together, and we believe that we've created what is arguably the only viable economic solution for South Africans today. If you've got questions and concerns, that's quite natural. Come and ask those questions of the people who brought you here and of our staff. But don't leave here today without having picked this tool up. Don't leave here today without changing the way you think about creating income and start building yourselves a different kind of future. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to see you all outside, and thanks for all of you who've tuned in live today.